In Buddhist tradition, there are many worlds which are not visible to our eyes. Gods and the enlightened live above our earth, while troubled and forgotten beings lurk in the shadows below. The greatest earthly pleasures pale in comparison to those of the heavens, while the worst earthly suffering cannot come close to matching that of the most hellish realms. Yet, unlike many other traditions, Buddhism tells that beings move between these realms in their many incarnations. One of these realms is that of the hungry ghosts. This realm is said to be one level below ours, marked by the suffering of the beings who inhabit it. These ghosts hunger for something to sustain them, but any food they take in either turns to fire or is coughed back up. Unable to find what they need, the ghosts roam the earth, searching. But incarnation as a hungry ghost is not a permanent hell. Even in the darkness, there is hope, as we can see in the story of one monk who visited the realm and escaped to tell the tale. My name is Sean. Welcome to Mythos and Logos. Existence as a hungry ghost is defined by insatiable desire. The shadowy creature is recognized by its huge stomach, the outward sign of an unyielding appetite. But the rest of the ghost's form is quite the opposite, disturbingly thin and weak, betraying the fact that its stomach is entirely empty. For some ghosts, food transforms into dirt or flame at their touch. Others have thin necks or closed mouths, allowing nothing to pass through. Ghosts will fight each other over even a single grain of rice, aching for a moment's relief from the pain of hunger. Life for these ghosts is desperate. It is no coincidence that the addiction specialist, Dr. Gabor Mate, uses hungry ghost imagery to describe the lives of many of his patients. This is the domain of addiction, where we constantly seek something outside ourselves to curb an insatiable yearning, relief, or fulfillment. The aching emptiness is perpetual because the substances, objects, or pursuits we hope will soothe it are not what we really need. We don't know what we need, and as long as we stay in the hungry ghost mode, we'll never know. We haunt our lives without being fully present. Just as those whose minds are ruled by dependency are not fully present, the ghosts are not fully here, yet not detached from this earth either. The hungry ghosts exist at the margins of our world, invisible to all but a gifted few. A poem in the Pali Canon of Buddhist scripture tells of ghosts who dwell outside city walls, who watch the living inside feast, but forgotten, are unable to share in their meals. Other stories describe ghosts with an endless thirst, inhabiting riversides, only able to drink the mud kicked up by the shoes of those passing by. But rather than fear these ghosts, humans typically pity them. Moved by their suffering, there are many stories of humans' efforts to save the hungry ghosts. But the most well-known of these is that of one of the Buddha's disciples, who descends into the realm of the ghosts with a mission to save them. Of all the Buddha's disciples, Maudgalyayana is said to have been one of the most remarkable. Born into an upper-class family of intellectuals, Maudgalyayana was a gifted scholar in his own right, handpicked to teach the Buddha's son. But this story focuses on one of the disciples' more mystical gifts, his legendary ability to see the dead. During one particularly deep meditation, the monk leaves our world and approaches a hellish realm which exists in its shadows. This is the realm of the hungry ghosts, where Maudgalyayana sees beings suffering, each in a way specific to the life they lived. Yet, of all the suffering ghosts, Maudgalyayana is drawn to one, thin, skin and bones, but strangely familiar. His heart breaks when he recognizes this suffering ghost as his mother,